In ancient Greece, myth was a powerful force that shaped the way people understood the world around them. The myths of gods and heroes were not just simple stories, they were a way of explaining the unexplainable, of making sense of the human experience, and of celebrating the grandeur and unpredictability of life. Central to these myths was the concept of fate, a force greater than even the gods, which guided the destinies of mortals and immortals alike. One of the most famous legends from ancient Greece is that of the Trojan War, a conflict between the city of Troy and the coalition of Greek states led by King Agamemnon. This legendary war, which was said to have lasted 10 years, was sparked by the abduction of Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, by Paris, Prince of Troy. The battle became a backdrop for tales of heroism and betrayal, with characters like Achilles, Hector, and Odysseus becoming archetypes of bravery and cunning. The gods and goddesses of Olympus played active roles in the Trojan War, aligning themselves with either the Greeks or the Trojans and acting on personal whims or grievances. Zeus, the king of the gods, was known for his fickle nature and sought to balance the scales of war. Meanwhile, Athena favored the Greeks for their wisdom and strategy, while Aphrodite supported the Trojans due to her connection to Paris. This divine intervention added layers of complexity to the war, blending human emotion with supernatural power. Battles were not only fought with swords and shields but were influenced by the whims of deities, making the outcome unpredictable and reflecting the chaotic nature of life itself. Beyond the battlefield, the stories from the Trojan War continue to resonate with us today. These myths illustrate timeless themes of honor, vengeance, love, and sacrifice. They reveal the strengths and weaknesses of their characters, offering lessons in humility and humanity that still hold relevance. As these stories were passed down through generations, they became essential elements of Greek culture. The mythical narratives, particularly those surrounding the Trojan War, were immortalized by poets like Homer, whose epic works, the Iliad and the Odyssey, remain cornerstones of Western literature. In essence, the power of myth in ancient Greece lay in its ability to connect the human and the divine. It is through these stories that the ancient Greeks understood the world and themselves, finding meaning in an ever-changing landscape. Ancient Greek architecture stands as a testament to the brilliant artistry and ingenuity of a civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. This style of architecture is not just about grand structures and opulent designs, but it is also a reflection of the Greeks' insatiable quest for harmony, balance, and proportion. As one steps into the realm of Greek architecture, they uncover a world where innovation and tradition blend seamlessly, creating masterpieces that have withstood the test of time. When delving into ancient Greek architecture, three major architectural orders stand out: Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian, each with its own distinct style and features. The Doric order, known for its robust and sturdy columns, portrays a sense of strength and simplicity. It is the oldest of the three and can be identified by its fluted columns and plain capitals, exuding an aura of masculinity and functionality. This order is exemplified by the Parthenon in Athens, dedicated to the goddess Athena. The Ionic order, on the other hand, presents a more elegant and decorative appearance with its volutes and slender, more graceful columns. It reflects the creativity and artistic flair of the Greeks, representing a balance between beauty and purpose. One notable structure showcasing this order is the Temple of Athena Nike. The Corinthian order, though developed later, is the epitome of ornamentation and sophistication, famed for its elaborate capitals adorned with acanthus leaves. This style symbolizes luxury and grandeur and was often reserved for significant public buildings and monuments. The Greeks' architectural achievements went beyond merely aesthetic appeal. They were influenced by mathematical precision and philosophical ideologies that strived for perfection. The use of entasis, a slight curvature in columns, is one such example where optical illusions were employed to enhance the viewer's experience. This keen attention to detail and proportion not only harmonized the visual symmetry of the structures but also reinforced the Greeks' desire to achieve architectural excellence through calculated design. Beyond the grand temples and intricately designed columns, Greek architecture is also celebrated for its theaters, agoras, and civic structures. The theaters, often built into hillsides, exhibit a sense of natural integration with the landscape, allowing for enhanced acoustics and the capacity to accommodate thousands of spectators who gathered to witness dramatic performances that were an integral part of Greek culture. The agoras, or public spaces, served as vibrant centers of political, social, and economic life, embodying the spirit of democracy and community. These spaces were designed with a functional elegance that facilitated public discourse and communal activities, underscoring the importance of civic engagement in Greek society. Ancient Greek philosophy laid the foundational groundwork for modern Western thought, with significant contributions from three of its greatest philosophers, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. These philosophers not only provided profound insights into human nature and the universe but also shaped the philosophical and scientific discourse for generations to come. Socrates, often hailed as the father of Western philosophy, never penned down his thoughts but imparted his wisdom through dialogues. He focused on ethical concepts and the Socratic method, a form of cooperative argumentative dialogue to stimulate critical thinking and illuminate ideas. His famous quote, "An unexamined life is not worth living," encapsulates his belief in the importance of self-reflection and philosophical inquiry. Socrates challenged the status quo, questioning the notions of justice, virtue, and piety, often leading to tensions with the Athenian authorities. This questioning eventually led to his trial and execution by hemlock. Plato, a disciple of Socrates, went on to establish the academy in Athens, one of the earliest institutions of higher learning in the Western world. His dialogues frequently cast Socrates as a character, indicating the profound impact his mentor had on him. Plato's theory of forms posits that the material world is only a shadow of the real world, which consists of abstract forms or ideas. His work The Republic delves into justice and the ideal state, proposing a society governed by philosopher kings, who are best equipped to rule due to their wisdom and love for truth. Aristotle, in turn, was a student of Plato and a tutor to Alexander the Great. Unlike Plato, who emphasized the world of forms, Aristotle grounded his philosophy in empiricism and observation. He made substantial contributions to numerous fields, including biology, physics, metaphysics, ethics, and politics. Aristotle rejected the notion of separate forms and instead focused on the inherent purposes or telos in nature. His work Nicomachean Ethics explores the concept of virtue and the path to eudaimonia, often translated as happiness or flourishing. The philosophical frameworks established by Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle continue to influence contemporary philosophical, political, and scientific thought. Their inquiries into ethics, governance, reality, and human nature have transcended time, providing timeless insights and paving the way for future intellectual pursuits. Through their collective work, they changed not only their own era but laid the essential groundwork that would lead to the development of Western civilization as we know it today. Without their foundational contributions, the landscape of philosophy and science might look very different.